All right, thank you. Thank you all for being here. I swear the rest of the show is not like that. This is welcome to the Irish Cultural Center, to Ronan. They've been hosting Ronan here for 4 years. We're happy to even continuing on. Take this time at the moment to silence all cell phones, small animals, anything that's going to make any noise in the middle of the show. There will be some simulated gunfire and some flashing lights throughout the show. Really the first half, so after the first half we won't be having any more gunshots. About 10 to 15 minute intermission. Don't look at me looking at my notes. The first half is longer than the second half. The bar and concessions will be open the whole time. Feel free to get up, go get a drink if you're out or you want a snack in the middle of the show. It's right over there. It's not the same thing. Erica, if you have any questions about Ronan, she's got the answers. She knows more than me. And right in front of her is the brown box there. We still take cash. If you want to make any donations, we're all doing this with our own free will, and all those donations go towards the actors and the designers for every show. After this show is Babylon, co-produced with Space 55, so it will be here and also in Glendale. Next season, just a little taste, they have Klingon Hamlet coming up. And it might be exactly what you're thinking it is. And please follow us on Facebook, sign up for the mailing list. The QR code over by Erica, she can help you out with that. And any more information is online. Why don't we get started with a song? He was over 2 axe panels tall. He rode straight and thin. He was rough and he was tougher than an old hickory limb. In the War of 1812, Andrew Jackson got that name. His soldiers gave it to him forever to remain. Andrew Jackson was a soldier, cast off his old cement. He had a thing to say, told me just what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he bent. Old Hickory and Andrew Jackson lost 7 presidents. Old Hickory's eyes were bright and blue, and they stood for truth and right. And when they didn't see it, there would likely be a fight. When Old Hickory didn't like a thing someone had done or said, he truly looked them in the eye and hit them on the head. Andrew Jackson was a soldier, cast off his old cement. He had a thing to say, told me what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he meant. Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. Old Hickory spent his term well served as the boldest Democrat, because he caused the Trail of Tears. We know him as a rat. His friends became his enemies, but still he powered on. Now he's on the 20, and his enemies are gone. Andrew Jackson was a soldier, he got off his old cement. He had things to say, just knew what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he meant. Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. From the lonely piney woods he came, and he always seemed to yearn to go back home to Tennessee, his home once more returned. He called his place the Hermitage, and contentedly he sighed. That's where Andrew Jackson, Old Hickory, finally died.
Hell yeah!
Andrew Jackson was a soldier, cast off his old cement. He had a thing to say, knew what he meant. Lots of big men tried to break him, but never was he meant. Old Hickory, Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. Thank you so much. One more thing about Coriolanus was that he was the first person to use the word abacus. First, nobody knew the word abacus.
Oh my
He was the
gosh,
first
will
one.
you just shut up and get on with the show?
Yeah, please, let's talk.
Hey, trust me people, you're not missing much. much. The director cast himself as the lead. I think he's Orson Welles or something.
Yeah, then he goes and charges $30 a ticket.
Yeah.
Where does the money go? Not the set, clearly.
Hey, how much are you getting paid to BS through this, huh?
Oh my god, this Keith Hall is nothing but a retarded invasion.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, did you
of
say
California.
libtard? Fascist. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Shakespeare, this is a sausage fest.
Keep up with this year's
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys just can't get your government together? You're just bleeding the poor. You can't even have your medical care like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. You don't like
You know what I'm starving for?
What?
Corn!
You are all resolved rather to die than to famish?
Resolve!
First, you know Caius Marcius is chief enemy to the people.
Yeah!
Let us kill him, and we'll have corn at our own price.
One word, good citizens.
We are counted poor citizens, the patricians' good. Our sufferance is a gain to them. Let us revenge this with our pikes ere we become rakes. For the gods know I speak this in hunger for bread, not in thirst for revenge.
Would you proceed especially against Caius Marcius? Nay, but speak not maliciously.
I say unto you, what he had done famously, he did so to that end. Though soft-conscious men may be content to say it was for his country, he did it to please his mother. To be partly proud, which he is, even to the altitude of his virtue.
Why say we parading here to the Capitol?
Come here.
Worthy Menenius Agrippa, one who has always loved the people.
Yeah!
He's not honest enough, when all the rest were so.
What works, my countrymen, in hand? Where go you with bats, clubs? The matter? Well, speak, I pray you. Why, masters, my good friends, my honest neighbors, will you undo yourselves?
We cannot, sir. We are undone already.
I tell you, friend, most charitable care have the patricians of you. Wants, suffering in this earth, you may as well strike heaven with your staves and slip them against the rolling stave. Who care for you like fathers when you curse them as enemies?
Care for us, true indeed. They ne'er cared for us yet.
Yeah.
Who suffer us to famish while their storehouses are crammed with grain.
Corn!
Who make edicts for usury to support usurers.
Down with users!
Repeal daily any wholesome act established against the rich and provide more piercing statutes daily to chain up and restrain the poor. If the wars eat us not up, they will. There's all the love they bear us.
Either you must confess yourself wondrous malicious, or be accused of folly. I will tell you a pretty tale, even if you've heard it. There was a time when all the body parts did rebel against the belly, thus accused it, that only like a gulf it did remain in the midst of the body, idle and unactive.
Well, sir, what answer made the belly?
Oh, sir, I should tell you, with a kind of smile that ne'er came from the lungs, but even thus. To the discontented members, the mutinous parts that envied his receipt, even as you so fitly malign our senators, for that they are not such as you.
The belly's answer what?
Well, what then? For me, this fellow speaks. What then? What then?
What answer made the belly?
I tell you, if you will bestow a small of what you have, little patience. You see the belly's answer.
We were long about it.
Note me this, good friend. Your most grave belly was deliberate, not rash like his accusers, and thus answered. True it is, my incorporate friends, quoth he, that I do receive the general food at first which you do live upon. And fit it is, for I am the storehouse and the shop of the whole body. But if you do remember, I send it even through the rivers of your blood, to the heart, the seat of the brain, and through all the cranks and offices. The strongest nerve and small inferior vein from me receive that natural competency whereby they live. What's it?
Well, it was an answer. How will apply you this?
Senators of Rome on this good belly, and you, the mutinous parts, who examine their counsels and their cares, digest things rightly, touching the weal of the common. You shall find there is no public benefit which you receive, but that it proceeds and comes from them to you, and no way from yourselves. What do you think, you the great toe of this assembly?
Great toe? Why the great toe?
For being the lowest, basest, poorest of this most wise rebellion, thou goest foremost. Hail, noble Marcius!
Thanks. What's the matter, you dissentious rogues? Rubbing the itch of your opinions makes yourselves scarce.
We have ever your good word.
He that will give good words to thee flatters beneath the boring. What would you have, you curs, that like nor war nor peace? The one affrights you, the other makes you proud. He that trusts you where he should find you lions, finds you hares. Where foxes, geese hang you. Trust you, why with every minute you do change your minds, and call him noble that was your hate, him vile that was your darling. What's the matter that in these several places of the city you cry out against the noble senate, who under the gods keep you in awe, which else would feed on one another? What's their seeking?
For corn at their own rates, whereon they say the city is well stored.
Hang 'em, they say. They'll sit by the fire and presume to know what goes on in the capital. Who's like to rise, who thrives, who declines. They say there's grain enough.
They are almost thoroughly persuaded. For though abundantly they lack discretion, yet they are passing out. But I beseech you, what says the other troop?
They are dissolved. Hang 'em. They said they were in Hungary. Side forth proverbs, that hunger broke stone walls, that meat was made for mouths, that dogs must eat, that the gods send not corn for the rich men only. With these shreds, they vented their complainings, which being answered, and a petition granted them. A strange one to break the heart of generosity and make bold-faced power look pale. They flung their caps into the air as they would hang them on the horns of the moon, shouting their emulation.
What is granted?
5 tribunes to defend their vulgar wisdoms of their own choice. One is Junius Brutus, Cecilius Brutus, and I know not. To death, the rabble should have first unroofed the city as so prevailed with me. It will in time win upon power and bring forth greater themes for insurrections arguing.
That is strange.
Go, get you home, you fragments.
Where's Caius Marcius?
Here, what's the matter?
The news is, sir, the Volskis are at arms.
I am glad of it. Then we shall have means to vent our musty superfluity.
Marcius! 'Tis true that you have lately told us the Volskis are in arms.
They have a leader. Tullus Aufidius that will put you to it. I sin in envying his nobility. And were I anything but what I am, I would be only he.
You have fought together.
Were half and half the world in ears, and he and I upon the same party, I revolt to make only my wars with him. He is the lion that I am proud to hunt.
Then will Marcius tend upon Cominius to these wars? It is your former promise.
Sir, it is, and I am constant. Titus Lartius, thou shalt once more see me strike at Tullus' face. What? Art thou stiff? Oh, stand this out.
No! Caius Marcius, I'll lean upon one crutch and fight with the other, or stay behind in this business.
Oh, true bred.
Your company to the capital, where I know our greatest friends attend us. Lead you on. Hence, to your homes, be gone.
Was ever man so proud as this Marcius?
He has no equal.
When we were chosen tribune,
Mark you his lips and eyes.
nay, by his
Oh,
taunts,
he moved you and not spared to gird the gods.
he mocked the modest moon.
Present words devour him. He has grown too proud to be so valiant.
Let's hence and hear how the dispatch is made, and in what fashion, more than his singularity, he goes upon the present action.
Let's along.
They have pressed to power, but it is not known whether for east or west. The dearth is great, the people mutinous, and it is rumored Cominius, Marcius your old enemy, who was of worse hated of Rome than you, and Titus Lartius, a most valiant Roman. These three lead on this preparation, whither 'tis bent. Most likely 'tis for you. Consider of it.
Our armies in the field.
Noble Aufidius, take your commission, hie you to your bands. Let us alone to guard Coriolis. If they set down before us for the remove, bring up your army. But I think you'll find they've not prepared for us.
Oh, doubt not that. I speak from certainties, nay more. Some parcels of their power are forth already, and only hitherward. I lead your honors. If we and Caius Marcius chance to meet, 'tis sworn between us we shall ever strike till one can do no more.
The gods assist you.
And keep your honors safe.
I pray you, daughter, sing or express yourself in a more comfortable sort. If my son were my husband, I should freely rejoice in that absence where he won honor, than in the embracements of his bed where he would show most love. When he was yet but tender-bodied, the only son of my womb, when youth with comeliness plucked all gaze his way, when for a day of kings and treaties, a mother should not sell him an hour from her behold him. I, considering how honor would become such a person, I was pleased to let him seek danger where he was like to find fame. To a cruel war I sent him, from whence he returned, his brows bound with oak. I tell thee, daughter, I sprang not in joy more at first hearing he was a man-child, than now seeing he hath proved himself a man.
Had he died in the business, madam, how then?
Then his good report should have been my son. I therein would have found issue. Hear it professed sincerely. Had I a dozen sons, each in my love alike, and none less dear than thine or my good Marcius, I would rather had 11 die nobly for their country than one voluptuously served out of action. Oh, the Lady Valeria is to visit you.
Beseech you, give me leave to retire.
No,
myself.
indeed you shall not. Methinks I hear hither your husband's drum. See him pluck Aufidius down by the hair, his children from the bare Volsci shunning him. Methinks I see him stamp thus and call us. Come on, cowards, you were got in fear though you were born in Rome. His bloody brow, with his mailed hand and wiping, forth he goes like to a harvest man.
His bloody brow? Oh, Jupiter, no!
Oh, away you fool! It more becomes a man than gilt his trophy. The dress of Hecuba, when she did suckle Hector, looked not lovelier than Hector's forehead, and it spit forth blood, Grecian sword contending.
Heaven bless my lord and fellow Phidias.
No, he'll beat Aufidius' head below his knee and tread upon his neck. My lady's both, good day to you. Sweet madam.
I'm glad to see your ladyship.
How do you both? You are manifest housekeepers. What are you sewing here? Ah, a fine spot in good faith. How does your little son?
Thank your ladyship. Well, good madam.
Oh, he'd rather see the sword and hear the drum than look at his schoolmaster. Oh my word, it's a father's boy. I'll swear 'tis a very pretty boy. I saw him run after a gilded butterfly, and when he caught it, he let it go again, and after it again, and over he comes and up again, catched it again. But whether he's fallen, raged him, or how it was, he did so set his teeth and tear it. Oh, I warned how he mammoth it.
It's one of his father's moves.
Indeed, love, 'tis a noble child. Come, lay aside your stitchery. I must have you play the idle housewife with me this afternoon.
No, good madam, I will not out of doors.
Not out of doors. She shall. She shall.
Indeed, no, by your patience. I'll not over the threshold until my lord return from the war.
Fie! You confine yourself most unreasonably. You would be another Penelope. Yet they say all the yarn she spun in Ulysses' absence did but fill Ithaca full of moths. Come, you shall go with us.
No, good madam, pardon me. Indeed, I will not forth.
In truth, love, go with me, and I will tell you excellent news of your husband.
Oh, good madam, there can be none yet.
Verily, I do not jest with you. There came news from him last night.
Indeed, madam?
In earnest, it's true. I heard a senator speak it. Thus it is, the Volsces have an army forth against whom Cominius the general is gone with one part of our Roman power. Your lord and Titus Lartius are set down before their city Coriolis. They've nothing doubt prevailing in to make it brief wars. This is true, on my honor, and so I pray go with us.
Give me excuse, good madam, I'll obey you in everything hereafter.
Let her, Lily. As she is now, she will but disease our better mirth.
In truth, I think she would. Fare you well, then. Come, my good sweet lady. Prithee, Virgilia, go along with us.
No other word, madam. Indeed, I must not. I wish you much mirth.
Well then, farewell.
Yonder comes news, a wager they have met.
My horse to yours, no.
'Tis God agreed. Say, has our general met with the enemy?
They lie in view, but have not spoke as yet.
So the good horse is mine.
Let me buy him of you.
No, I'll nor sell nor give him. Lend you him I will for 500 years. Summon the town!
How far off lie these armies?
Within this mile and a half.
Then we shall hear their alarm, and they ours. Now, Mars, make us quick in the work, that we with smoking swords may haste to help our fielded friends. Come, blow thy blast. Tullus Aufidius, is he in your walls?
No, nor is a man who fears you less than he. That's lesser than a little. Hark, our drums are bringing forth our youth. We'll break our walls rather than they shall shut us up. Our gates, which yet seem shut, are but pinned with rushes. They'll open of themselves. Hark you, far off! There lies Aufidius. List you what works he makes amongst your cloven armies.
Lo, they are at it.
Their noise be our instruction.
They fear us not, but issue forth their city. Advance, brave Titus. They do disdain us much beyond our thoughts, which makes me sweat with wrath. Come on, my fellows! Heel up the tires! I'll take him for a Volsky, and he shall feel my edge! Contagion of the South light on you, you shames of Rome, you souls of peace that bear the shapes of men. How have you ran from slaves that apes would beat? Oh, Pluto in hell. All hurt behind, backs red, faces pale with flight and agued fear. Mend and charge home, or by the fires of heaven, I'll leave the foe and make my wars on you. Oh, look to it. Follow us. So, now the gates are open. Mark me and do the like. No, the sun! No, sir!
Foolhardiness! Not I!
Nor I!
Nor I! Oh, Marsus. Go! There may be a way in yet. Go!
To the pot I ordered him!
Oh, Marcius! You'll find a way, go.
Okay.
Ah!
This I will carry the robe.
And I this.
A Muriel. I took this for silver.
What has become of Marcius?
Doubtless slain, sir.
Following the flyers at their very heels, with them he entered, who upon the sudden clapped to their gates. He is himself alone, to answer all the city.
Oh, noble fellow, who sensibly outdares his senseless sword, and when it bows stands up. Thou art left, Marcius! Thou wast a soldier. Thou madest thine enemies shake, as if the world were fevers, and did tremble. Look, sir! Oh, 'tis Marcius!
See here these movers that prize their hours at a cracked drachma. Cushions, leaden spoons, irons of Dwat, and doublets the hangman would have buried with those who wore them. Down with them! And hark, what noise our general makes. To him! There lies the man of my soul's hate, Aufidius, piercing our Romans. Then, brave Titus, take convenient numbers to make good the city, whilst I, with those that have the spirit, will haste to help Cominius.
Hear thee, sir, thou bleedst. Thy exercise has been too violent for a second course of fight.
Oh, sir, praise me not. My work hath not yet warmed me. This blood I drop is rather physical and dangerous to me. To Aufidius thus I will appear and fight.
Oh, go, worthy Marcius, go! Sound thy trumpet in the marketplace!
Greet you, my friends! Well fought! We are come up like Romans, neither foolish nor strange, nor cowardly retire. Believe me, sirs, we shall be charged again! Who's yonder that doth appear as he were flame? Oh, gods! He has the stamp of Marcius, and I have before time seen him thus.
Come I too late?
The shepherd knows not thunder from a table more than I know the sound of Marcius' tongue from every meaner man.
Come I too late?
I come not in the blood of others, but mantled in your own. But how prevailed you?
Will the time serve to tell? I do not think it. Where is the enemy? Are you lords of the field? If not, why cease you till you are so?
Marcius, we have a disadvantaged spot, but did retire to win our purpose.
I do not know you on which side they have placed their men of trust.
As I guess, Marcius, their bands in the Wayward are the entireties. Of their best trust over them, Aufidius, their very heart of hope.
I do beseech you, by the battles fought, by the blood shed together, by the vows made to endure friends, that you directly set me against Aufidius and his entireties.
Though I wish you were conducted to a gentle bath and bombs applied to you, yet dare I never deny your asking. Take your choice of those that best can aid your action.
They are those that most are willing. If any such be here,
Yeah!
'twere a sin to doubt that love this painting wherein you see me smeared. If any man thinks brave death outweighs bad life, or that his country's dearer than himself, then follow Marcius! thee, for I do hate thee worse than a promise breaker.
We hate alike. Not Africa owns a serpent I abhor more than thy fame and envy. Fix thy foot.
Let the first budger die the other slave, and the gods doom him after.
If I fly, Marcius, follow me like a hare.
Within these 3 hours, Tullus, alone I fought in your Coriolis walls, and made what work I pleased. 'Tis not my blood wherein you see me masked. For thy revenge, wrench up thy power to the highest.
Wert thou the Hector that was the whip of your bragged progeny, thou shouldst not escape me here! Officious and not valiant, you have saved me in your condemned seconds.
If I should tell thee over this thy day's work, they did not believe thy deeds, but our reporters, where senators shall mingle tears with smiles, where great patricians shall attend and shrug, and in the end, admire, where ladies shall be frighted and gladly quake to hear more, where the dull tribunes that with the fusty plebeians hate thine honors shall say against their heart, we thank the gods our Rome hath such a soldier.
Oh, General, here is the steed. Be the comparison. Hast thou beheld it?
Pray now, no more. My mother, who hath a charter to extol her virtue, when she does praise me, grieves me. I have done as you have done. That's what I can. Induced as you have been, that's for my country.
You shall not be the grave of your deserving. Rome must know the value of her own. A concealment worse than a theft, no less a traducement to hide your doings. Therefore, I beseech you, in the sign of what you are, not to reward what you have done, before our army hear me.
I have some wounds upon me that smart to hear themselves remembered.
Should they not, well, might confess their against ingratitude and tempt themselves with death. Of all the horses where we have taken good and good store, of all the treasure in this field achieved and city, we render you the 10th to be taken forth before the common distribution at your only choice.
I thank you, General, but I cannot make my heart consent to take a bribe to pay my sword. I do refuse it and stand upon my common part with those that beheld the doing.
Marcius! 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 Marcius!
May these instruments which you profane never sound more. No more, I say. There's many else have done.
Too modest are you. More cruel to your good report than grateful to us that give you truly. Therefore, be it known to us as to all the world that Caius Marcius wears this war's garland! The token of the which my noble steed, known to the camp, I give him with all his train belonging. And from this day, for what he did before Coriolis, call him with all the applause and clamor of the host, Marcius Caius Coriolanus! Marcius Caius Coriolanus! Marcius Caius Coriolanus!
I will go wash, and when my face is fair, you will perceive whether I blush or no. Howbeit, I thank you.
So, to our tent, wherever you repose us, we will write to Rome of our success.
Oh, the gods begin to mock me. I that now refuse princely gifts am bound to beg, my Lord General.
Take it. 'Tis yours. What is it?
I sometime lay here at Coriolis in a poor man's house. He used me kindly. He cried to me. I saw him prisoner. But then Aufidius was within my view, and my wrath overcame my pity. I request you give my poor host freedom.
Oh, well begged. Were he the butcher of my son, he should be free as is the wind.
Deliver him, Titus.
Marcius, his name?
By Jupiter, forgot. I am tired. My mind is weary. Have we no wine here?
Go to our tent. The blood upon your visage dries. This time it will look too hot.
The town is taken.
Will be delivered back on good condition.
Condition? How would I were a Roman, for I cannot, being a Volsci, be that I am. Condition? What good condition can a treaty find of the part that is at mercy? 5 times, Marcius, I have fought with thee. So often hast thou beat me, and which do so, I think, should we encounter as often as we eat. By the elements of there again I meet you, beard to beard. He's mine, or I am his. Mine emulation hath not that honor in it had. For where I thought to crush him in an equal force, true sword to sword, I'll potch at him some way, or wrath, or craft me again.
He's the devil.
Bolder, though not so subtle. My valor's poison with only suffering stained by him. For him shall fly out of itself, nor sleep, nor sanctuary, being naked, sick, nor fame, nor capital, the prayers of priests, nor times of sacrifice. Embarkments all of fury shall lift up their rotten privilege and custom against my hate to Marcius. Or I at home, upon my brother's guard, even there against the hospitable cannon, where I wash my fierce hand in his heart. Go you to the city. Learn how 'tis held, and what they are that must be hostages for Rome.
Will not you go? I shall, sir.
The argument tells me we shall have news tonight.
Good. Or bad, or...
Not according to the prayers of the people, for they love not Marcius.
Nature teaches beasts to know their friends.
Pray you, who does the wolf love?
The lamb.
Aye, to devour him, as the hungry plebeians would the noble Marcius.
He's a lamb indeed that barks like a bear.
Oh, he's a bear indeed that lives like a lamb. You two are old men. Tell me one thing I shall ask.
Well, sir,
In what enormity is Marcius poor in that you two have not in abundance?
He's poor in no one fault, but stored with all,
especially in pride.
and topping all of this in boasting.
Well, that is strange now. You blame Marcius for being proud.
We do it not alone, sir.
I know you can do very little alone, but you help so many, or else your actions would grow wondrous single. No, your abilities are too infant-like for doing much alone. You talk of pride? Oh, that you could turn your eyes towards the nape of your necks and make an interior survey of your good selves. Oh, that you could.
Oh, what then, sir?
You would decide to describe a brace of unmeriting, proud, violent, testy magistrates, alias fools, as any
Menenius, you are known well enough to...
I am known to be a humorous patrician, and one that loves a cup of hot wine without a drop of the allaying tiber in it. One who converses more with the buttock of the night than with the forehead of the morning. But, meeting two such wheelsmen as you are,
Come, sir, come. We know you well enough.
you know neither me, yourselves, nor anything. Our very priests should become mockers should they encounter such ridiculous subjects as you are. Yet you must be saying Marcius is proud. who, in cheap estimation, is worth all your predecessors. Good evening to your worships. More of your conversation would infect my brain, being the herdsman of beastly beasts. I will be bold and take my leave of you. Well, how now, my fairest noble ladies?
Honorable Menenius, my boy Marcius approaches. For the love of Juno, let's go.
Huh? Marcius coming home?
Aye, worthy Menenius, with most prosperous approbation.
Is he not wounded? He was once come home wounded.
No. Oh, he is wounded. Thank the gods for it.
Oh, so do I too, but he not too much. Brings he victory in his pocket? Wounds become him.
On his brows, Menenius, he comes the third time home with the oaken garland.
Has he disciplined Aufidius soundly? Is the Senate possessed of this?
Yes. The Senate has letters from the general wherein he gives my son the whole name of the war. He hath, in this last action, outdone his former deeds doubly.
In troth, there's wondrous things spoken of him.
Where is he wounded?
In the shoulder and the left arm. He had, before this last expedition, 25 wounds upon him.
Now it's 27. Every gash an enemy's grave. Hark! The trumpets!
These are the ushers of Marcius. Before him, he carries noise. Behind him, he leaves tears. Death, that dark spirit in his nervy arm will lie, which being advanced, declines. And then men die.
Know, Rome, that all alone Marcius did fight within Coriolis' gates, where he hath won, with fame, a name to Marcius Caius. These in honor follows Coriolanus. Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus.
Welcome to Rome, renowned Coriolanus! No more of this. It does offend my heart. Pray, no more.
Look, sir, your mother.
Oh, you have, I know, petitioned all of the gods for my prosperity.
Nay, my good soldier, up. Gentle, Marcius, worthy Caius, and by deed achieving honor newly named. Coriolanus, must I call thee, but of thy wife?
Ah, my gracious silence, hail. Wouldst thou had laughed, and I had come coffined home, that weeps to see me in triumph. Ah, my dear, such eyes the widows in Coriolis wear, and mothers that do lack sons.
Now the gods crown thee.
Live you yet. Oh, sweet lady.
I know not where to turn. Welcome home, and welcome generals, and you're welcome all.
100,000 welcomes. Oh, I could weep, but I could laugh. I am light and heavy. Oh, welcome. May a curse begin at the very root on his heart that is not glad to see thee. You are three that Rome should dote upon. Yet, by the faith in man, we do have a few old crab trees here at home that will not be grafted to your relish. Yes, welcome warriors. We call a nettle but a nettle, and the faults of fools but folly.
Ever right. Menenius, ever. Give me your hand and yours.
I have lived to see inherited my very wishes and the buildings of my fancy. Only, there's one thing wanting, which I doubt not, but our Rome will cast upon me.
No, good mother, I had rather be their servant in my way than sway them in theirs.
On to the capital.
All tongues speak of him, and the bleared sights are spectacle to see. Here, such a bother, as if that whatsoever god that leads him were slyly crept into his human powers and gave him graceful posture.
On the sudden, I warrant him consul.
Oh, I heard him swear if ever he were to stand for consul, never would he appear in the marketplace, nor put on him the napless vesture of humility, nor showing, as the manner is, his wounds to the people, and beg their stinking breaths.
'Tis right. It shall be him then, as our goodwill's a sure destruction.
Well, it must fall out to him or our authorities for an end. We must suggest in what hatred he still hath held the people. That being said, suggested, we will simply use the dry kindling of his poor opinion to darken him forever. Oh, what's the matter?
You are sent for to the capital.
Oh.
'Tis thought Marcius shall be consul. I have seen the dumb men throng to see him and the blind to hear him speak. Matrons flung gloves, ladies and maids their scarves and handkerchiefs upon him as he passed. Nobles bended as to Job's statue, and the commons made a shower of thunder with their caps and shouts. I never saw the like.
Let us to the capital, and we'll carry with us ears and eyes for the time, but hearts for the event.
Have with you.
How come they're almost here? How many stand for consulship?
3, they say. But 'tis thought of everyone Coriolanus will carry it.
That's a brave fellow whose opinion is proud, and loves not the common people.
Faith! There have been many great men that have flattered the people that ne'er loved them. Therefore, Coriolanus, neither to care whether they love or hate him, manifests the true knowledge he has in their dispositions, and out of his noble carelessness lets him plainly see it.
He hath deserved worthily of his country. His ascent is not made by such easy degree.
No more of him, he's a worthy man. Make way, they are coming.
As the main point of this, our after meeting, to gratify his noble service that has thus stood for his country. Therefore please you, most reverend and grave elders, to desire the present consul and last general of our well-found successors, to report a little of the worthy work performed by Marcius Caius Coriolanus, whom we have met here, both to thank and to remember with honors like himself.
Speak, good committee.
We are convented upon a pleasing treaty and have hearts inclinable to honor and advance the theme of our assembly.
The rather we shall be blessed to do, if he remember a kinder virtue of the people than he hath here to prize them at.
That's off, that's off. I'd rather you would remain silent. Please you to hear committees speak.
Most willingly. But my caution was more pertinent than the rebuke you give it.
Love your people. Nay, keep your place.
Say it, Coriolanus. Never shame to hear what you have nobly done.
I had rather have my wounds to heal again than hear say how I got them.
Sir, I hope my words dispensed you not.
No, sir. Yet oft, when blows had made me stay, I have fled from words. You soothe not, therefore hurt not. For your people, I love them as they weigh.
Pray now, sit down.
I had rather have one scratch my head in the sun when the alarm was struck than idly sit to hear my nothing's monster.
Masters of the people, your multiplying spawn, how can he flatter what's 1,000 to 1 good one? When you now see how he would rather venture all his limbs for honor than one on his ears to hear it. Proceed, Ananias.
I shall lack voice.
The deeds of Coriolanus should not be uttered feebly. It is held that valor is the chiefest virtue and most dignifies the habit. If it be, the man I speak of cannot in this world be singly counterpoised. At 16 years, when Tarquin made a head for Rome, he fought beyond the mark of others. In that day speaks, when he might act the woman in the scene, he proved best man in the field, and for his meed was brow bound with the oak. His pupil age, man entered thus, he waxed it like a sea, and in the brunt of 17 battles since lurked all swords of the garland. For this last, before and in Coriolis, let me say, I cannot speak him home. His sword, death's stamp where it did mark, it took. From face to foot he was a thing of blood, whose every motion was timed with dying cries. Alone he entered the mortal gate of the city, which he painted with shunless destiny. Aidless came up, and with a sudden reinforcement struck Coriolis like a planet! Until we called both field and city ours, he never stopped to ease his breast with panting.
Marcius, worthy man, he cannot but with measure fit the honors which we devise him.
Our spoils he kicked at, and looked upon things as precious as they were, the common muck of the world.
That's right, noble. Let it be called for. Call Coriolanus.
He doth appear.
The Senate Coriolanus are well pleased to name thee consul.
I do still owe them my life and services.
It then remains that you do speak to the people.
I do beseech you, let me overleap that custom. For I cannot put on the gown, stand naked, and entreat them for my wound's sake, give me their suffrage. Please you that I may pass this doing.
Sir, the people must have their voices. Neither will they bate one jot of ceremony.
Put them not to. Pray go. Fit you to the custom, and take to you, as your predecessors have, your honor with your form.
It is a part that I shall blush in acting, and might well be taken from the people.
Like you that.
To brag under them, thus I did, and thus show them my unaching wounds, which I should hide, as if I had received them for the hire of their breath only.
Do not stand on it. We recommend to you, tribunes of the people, our purpose unto them, and to our noble consul, wish we all joy and honor. To Coriolanus!
You see how he intends to use the people.
May they perceive his intent.
I'll inform them of our proceedings here.
Once, if you do require our voices, we are not to deny them.
We may, if we will. Ingratitude is monstrous, and for the multitude to be ungrateful, 'twere make a monster of the multitude, of the which we being members should bring ourselves to be monstrous members.
And to make us no better thought of, a little help will serve. For once we stood up about the corn, he himself stood up to call us the many-headed multitude.
We've been called so of many. Are you all resolved to give your voices? But that's no matter. The greater part carries it. I say, if you would incline to the people, there was never a worthier man. Here he comes, in the gown of humility. Mark his behavior.
Sir, you were not right. Have you not known the worthiest man at Dux?
What must I say? I pray, sir, plague upon it, I cannot bring my tongue to such a pace. Look, sir, my wounds, I got them in my country's service, when some certain of your brethren roared and ran from the noise of their own drums.
Oh, be the gods, you must not speak of that. You must desire them to think upon you.
Think upon me? Hang them, I would they would forget me.
Oh, you'll mar all. I will leave you. Pray, speak to them, I pray you, in wholesome manner.
Bid them wash their faces and keep their teeth clean. Oh, so here comes a brace. You know the cause of my standing here.
We do, sir. What brought you to it?
Mine own desert.
Your own dessert.
Aye, sir, but not mine own desire.
Oh, how not your own desire?
No, 'twas never my desire to trouble the poor with begging.
Oh, you must think that if we give you anything, we hope to gain by it.
Well then, your price of the consulship?
The price is to ask it kindly.
Kindly then, let me have it. I have some wounds to show you. which shall be yours in private. Your voice, good sir, what say you?
You shall act, worthy sir.
Pray now, stand to the tune of your voice, that I should be consul. I have here the customary gown.
You have deserved nobly of your country, and you have not deserved nobly.
Your enigma?
You have been a scourge to our enemies. You have been a rod to our friends. You have indeed not loved the common people.
You should account me the more virtuous that I have not been common in my love. I will, sir, flatter my sworn brother, the people, to earn a dearer estimation of them. Therefore beseech you that I may be consul.
We hope to find you our friend, and therefore give you our voices heartily.
You have received many wounds for your country.
I will not seal your knowledge with showing them. I will, sir, make much of your voices, and so trouble you no more.
The gods give you joy, sir, heartily.
Most sweet voices. Better it is to die. Better to starve than crave the hire which we do deserve. Why in this wolfish toge should I stand here to beg of Hob and Dick what does appear their heedless vouchers? Custom calls me to it. What custom wills, in all things should we do? I am halfway through. The one part suffered, the other will I do. Here comes more voices, your voices. For your voices I have fought, watched for your voices. For your voices bear I wounds 24 hard. Thrice times 6 battles have I seen and heard. For your voices I have done many things, some less, some more. Your voices I would be consul.
He has done nobly and cannot go without any honest man's voice.
Therefore let him be consul. God give him joy and make him good friend to the people.
Amen, amen. God save thee, noble consul.
Worthy voices.
Stood your limitation, and the tribunes endue thee with the people's voice. It remains that in the official marks invested, you anon do leave the Senate.
Is this done?
The customer request you have discharged. The people do admit you and are summoned anon upon your approbation.
Where? The Senate House?
There, Coriolanus.
May I change these garments?
You may, sir.
That I'll straight do, and knowing myself again, repair to the Senate House.
I'll keep you company.
Will you long?
We stay here for the people.
Fare you well. He has it now, and by his looks methinks 'tis warm at his heart.
Oh, with a proud heart he wore his humble weeds. Will you dismiss the people?
How now, my masters, have you chose this man?
He has our voices, sir.
We pray the gods he may deserve your loves.
Amen, sir. To my poor unworthy notice, he mocked us when he begged our voices.
Certainly, he flouted us downright.
No, 'tis his kind of speech. Indeed, he did not mock us.
Not one of us, say yourself, but says scornfully, he mocked us when he should have showed us his marks of merit, wounds received for his country.
Why, so he did. I am sure. Why, either you were too ignorant to see it, or seeing it of such childish friendliness to yield your voices?
When he had no power, he was your enemy. Ever spake against the liberties and the charters that you bear. If he should still remain fast foe to the plebei, your voices might become curses to yourselves.
He is not confirmed yet. We may still deny him. Yes.
And we'll deny him. I'll have 500 voices of that sound.
Yeah.
Twice 500, and their friends to
Yeah.
We'll get you hence instantly and tell those friends they are chosen a consul who will from them their liberties take. Make them of no more voice than dogs that are monarchy has therefore kept to do so.
Let them assemble, and, on a safer judgment, I'll revoke your ignorant election. Enforce his pride and his old hate unto you. Besides, forget not with what contempt he wore the humble weeds after the inveterate hate he bears you.
Thomas Phineas then has made new hand. Spoke he of me?
He did, my lord.
How? What?
Of how often he had met you, sword to sword. How of all the things upon this earth he hated your person most. That he would pawn his fortunes to hopeless restitution, that he might be called your vanquisher.
At Antium lives he.
At Antium.
I would add cause to seek him there, to oppose his hatred fully. Welcome home. Behold, the tribunes of the people, the tongue of the common mouth. I do despise them, for they do rank them in authority against all noble sufferance.
Pass no further.
Huh? What
It'll
is that?
be dangerous to go on no further.
What makes this change?
Matter? Hath he not passed the noble and the common?
Cominius, no.
Have I heard children's voices?
Tribunes, give way. He shouts of the marketplace.
The people are incensed against him.
Stop, or all will fall in royal.
Is this your herd? Have you set them on?
Become.
It is a purpose thing that grows by plot, to curb the will of the nobility, suffer to live with those that cannot rule nor never will be ruled.
Call it not a plot, the people cried, you mocked them, and as of late, when corn was given them gratis, you replied, scandaled the suppliants of the people, called them flatterers, time-pleasers, and foes to nobleness.
This was known before.
Not to them all.
Have you informed them since?
How? I informed them.
You are like to do such business.
The people are abused. Set on. This paltry becomes not Rome, nor has Coriolanus deserved his so dishonored rub. They both be in the plain way of his nerves.
Tell me of corn. This was my speech, and I will speak it again.
Not now. Not now. Not in this heat, sir. Now.
Now as I live, I will. For my nobler friends, I must crave their pardons. For the mutable, rank-scented many, let them regard me as I do not flatter. And wherein behold themselves, I say again, in soothing them, we nourished against the Senate the cockle of rebellion, insolence, sedition, which we have plowed for, sowed, and scattered, they have given to beggars.
Well, no more. No more words. We beseech you. No more.
You speak as though you were a god to punish and not a man of their infirmity.
'Twere well, we let the people note.
Oh, good, but most unwise patricians, why, you grave but reckless senators, have you given Hydra to choose an officer? It makes the consuls base, and my soul aches to know when two authorities are up, neither supreme, how quickly confusion may enter twixt the gap of both and take the one or the other.
Well, let's onto the marketplace.
Well, no more of that.
Why shall the people give one that speaks thus their voice?
I'll give my reasons more worthier than their voices. They know the corn that never did service for it. Being pressed in the war, they would not thread the gates. Did this kind of service warrant corn gratis? Being in the war, their revolts and mutinies, wherein they showed most valor, spoke not for them. Well, what then? How shall this bosom multiply digest the Senate's courtesy? Let deeds express what's like to be their words. We did request it. We are the greater poll, and in true fear they did give us our demands. Thus we debase the nature of our seats and make the rabble call our cares fears, which will in time break open the locks of the Senate House and bring in the crows to peck the eagles.
Come, enough.
No! Take more. This double worship of general ignorance at once pluck out the multitudinous tongue.
Oh, that's said enough!
Has spoken like a traitor, and shall answer as traitors do.
Thou wretch, despite overwhelming, what shall the people do with these bald tribunes? Let what is meat be said is meat, and throw their power to the dust.
Manifest treason!
This a consul? No.
He ain't got a soul, let him be apprehended!
Go, call the people, in whose name myself attach thee, a traitorous innovator. a foe to the public weal. Obey, I charge thee, and follow to thine answer.
Hence, old goat.
Agent, sir, hands up!
Hence, thou rotten thing, or I will shake thy bones out of thy
What is about to be? Citizens! I am out of breath! Confusion is here! Tributes to the people! Coriolanus, patience! Speak, good Sicinius!
Speak! Speak!
Hear me, people, peace. You are at a point to lose your liberties. Marcius will have all from you. Marcius, whom late you have made for consul.
Fie! This is the way to kindle, not to quench, to unveil the city and to lay all flat.
What is the city but the people?
The people of the city!
The people of the city!
The people of the city.
By the consent of old me were established the people's magistrates. Do we so remain?
Yes, you shall say.
And so I like to do.
That is the way to lay the city flat. Bring the roof to the foundation, and bury all which yet distinctly ranges in heaps and piles of ruin.
This deserves death!
Oh, let us stand to our authority or let us lose it. We do pronounce upon the part of the people in whose power we were elected theirs, that Marcius is worthy of present death!
Lay hold of him, bear him to the Tarpeian rock, and from thence into destruction cast him!
Nope. I'll die here. Here, some of you have beheld me fighting. Come, try upon yourselves what you have seen me.
Down with that sword! Tribunes, withdraw a while!
Lay hands upon him!
Help, Marcius, help! You that be noble, help him, young and old!
Down with him! Down with him! Down with him!
Go, get into your house. Be gone, away! All shall be naught else. Sit you gone.
Stand fast. We have as many friends as enemies.
Be put to that, the gods forbid. I prithee, noble friend, home to thy house. Leave us to cure this cause. For just a sore upon us, you cannot tend yourself. Be gone, beseech you.
Come, sir, along with us.
I would they were barbarians, as they are in Rome, littered. No Romans, as they are not, though carved in the porch of the Capitol.
But now 'tis odds beyond arithmetic, and manhood is called foolery when it stands against the falling fabric.
Pray you, be gone. I'll try, whether my old wit be in request of those who have but little. This must be patched with cloth of any color.
Nay, come away.
This man has marred his fortune.
Nature is too noble for this world. He would not flatter Neptune for his trident, nor Jove for his power to thunder. His heart's his mouth. What his breast forges, that his tongue must vent. And, being angry, dost forget he ever heard the name of death.
Down with him.
Here's what they were. Would they were a bear. I would they were a tiger. What the face? Could he not speak fair?
Where is this viper that would depopulate this city and be every man himself?
Worthy tribute.
He shall be thrown down the Tarpeian rock with rigorous hands. He has resisted law, and therefore law shall scorn him further trial than the severity of the public power which he so sets at naught.
Do not cry havoc where you should but hunt with modest warrant. Hear me speak, for as I do know the consul's worthiness, so can I name his faults.
Consul? What consul?
The consul Coriolanus.
Is he consul?
No!
No!
If, by the tribune's leave, and yours, good people, I may be heard, I would crave a word or two, the which shall turn you to no further harm than so much loss of time.
Speak briefly then. He dies tonight. He's a disease that must be cut away.
Oh, he's but a limb that has a disease. Mortals cut it off. The cure's easy. What hath he done to Rome that's worthy death?
Ha!
Killing our enemies. The blood he hath lost, which I dare vouch is more than he hath by many announced, he dropped it for his country.
When he loved his country and honored him, we'll hear no more. Give you to his house and plug him thence, lest his infection, being of catching nature, spread even further.
Consider this. He has been bred in the war since he could draw a sword. and is ill-schooled in bolted language. Meal and bran together he throws without distinction. Give me leave. I will go to him and undertake to bring him here, where he shall answer by a lawful form in peace to his utmost peril.
Noble tribunes, it is the humane way. The other course would prove far too bloody, and the end unknown to the beginning.
Noble Menenius, being you then as the people's officer, meet on the marketplace, will attend you there, where, if you bring not Marcius, we'll proceed in our first way.
I will bring it to you. Let them pull all about mine ears. Present me death on the wheel or in wild horses' heels, or let them pile 10 hills of the targeting rock, that the precipitation might down stretch beyond the beam of sight, yet still will I ever be thus with them. I muse my mother does not approve me further, who was wont to call them woolen vassals, things made to buy and sell with throats, to show unbarbed heads in a congregation, to yawn, stand, and look in awe when one but of my ordinance stood to talk of peace or war. I talk of you. Why? Did you wish me milder? Would you have me false to my nature? Rather say I play the man I am.
I would have put your power well on before you went pouring out.
Let go.
You might have been enough of the man you are ere they lack the power to cross you.
Let them hang.
I ain't burned to.
Come. You've been too rough, something too rough. You must return and mend it.
There's no remedy, unless by not doing so our good city cleave in the midst and perish.
Pray, be counseled. I have a heart as little apt as yours, but yet a brain that leads my use of anger to better vantage.
What must I do?
Return to the tribunes.
Well, what then? What then?
Repent what you have spoke.
For them. I cannot do it to the gods, must I for them?
You are too absolute. If it be honor in your wars to seem the same you are not, how is it less or worse that it shall hold companionship and peace with honor, as in war?
Why force you this?
Because that now it lies on you to speak to the people, not by your own instruction, nor by the manner which your heart prompts you, but by such words that be but roted in your tongue, though but bastards and syllables with no allowance to your bosom's truth. Now, this no more dishonors you at all than to take in a town with gentle words. I would dissemble with my nature, were my fortunes and my friends at stake, required I should do so in honor. I am in this, your wife, your son, these senators, the nobles.
Come, noble lady, go with us. Speak fair. You may stand so.
Prithee, my son, go to them with this bonnet in thy hand, thy knee bosom of stones. For in such business, action is eloquence, and the eyes of the ignorant more learned than the ears. Or say to them, thou art their soldier, which being bred in royals, have not the soft way, which thou dost confess were as fit for thee to use, as they to claim in asking their good looks. But thou wilt frame thyself, forsooth, hereafter, theirs, so far as thou hast power and person.
This but done evil. As she speaks, why, their hearts are yours. For they are pardons being asked, as free as words to little purpose.
Pray be ruled, although I know thou hadst rather follow thine enemy in a fiery gulf than flatter him in a vapor.
Only fair speech.
I think 'twill serve if he can dare to refrain his spirit.
He must, and will. Prithee, say you will, go about it.
Must I go show them my unbarbed skies? Shall my base tongue give to my noble heart a lie that it must bear? Well, I will do it.
Come, we will prompt you.
Prithee, my sweet son, as thou hast said, my praises made thee first soldier, so to have my praise in this, perform a part thou hast not done before.
Well, I must do it. Away my disposition, and possess me with some harlot's spirit. My throat of war turns small as a eunuch. A beggar's tongue make motion through my lips, and my knees, which bowed but in their stirrups, bend as one that's like to receive an alms. I will not do it, lest that I should cease to honor mine own truth, and by my body's action teach my mind a most inherent basis.
No, do as thou list. To beg of thee is mine own dishonor. Let thy mother rather feel thy pride than fear thy dangerous stoutness. For I am not deaf with as big a heart as thou. Do thou list. Thy valiantness was mine. Thou suck'st it from me. Oh, thy pride myself.
Pray, mother, be content. I'm going to the marketplace. Chide me no more. I'll mountebank their loves, cog their hearts from them in return, beloved of all the trades in Rome. Look, I'm going. Commend me to my wife. I'll return consul, or never trust my tongue what it can do in the way of flattery further.
Do your will.
Wait, the tribunes do attend you. Arm yourself to answer mildly, for they are prepared with accusations, as I hear, more strong than are upon you yet.
The word is mildly. Pray, let's go. Let them question me by invention, I'll answer in mine honor.
Aye, but mildly.
Well, mildly be it then. Mildly.
In this point, charge him home, that he offends tyrannical power. If he obeyed us there, charge him with his envy to the people, and that the spoil got on the Antiochs was ne'er distributed.
He's coming.
How coming?
With old Benedius and those senators that always favor him.
Assemble presently the people hither.
And with such time as they have begun to cry, let them not cease, but with a din confused, enforce the present execution which we might chance the sentence.
Very well.
We'll get you going! Put him to college straight. He hath been used ever to conquer, to have his worth of contradiction. Being once chafed, he cannot be raped to temperance again. Then he speaks what's in his heart, and that is there which looks to us to break his neck.
Well, here he comes.
Come, I do beseech you.
The honored gods keep Rome in safety, and her chairs of justice supplied with worthy men. Plant love among us. Throng our large temples with shows of peace, and not our streets with war.
Amen. Amen.
A noble wish.
Draw near, you people, I do demand. If you submit you to the people's voices, allow their officers and our contempt to suffer lawful censure for such faults as shall be proven upon you.
I am content.
Lo, citizens, he says he is content. The warlike service he has done, consider. Think upon the wounds his body bears, which show like graves in the holy churchyard.
Scratches with briars, scars to move laughter only.
Consider further that when he speaks not like a citizen, you find him like a soldier.
What is the matter? That being passed for consul with full voice, I am so dishonored that very hour you take it off again.
We charge you that you have contrived to take from Rome all seasoned office and to wind yourself into a power tyrannical for which you are traitor to the people.
How? Traitor?
Nay, temptly, your promise.
The fires of the lowest hell fold in the people. Call me their traitor, thou injurious tribune.
Mock you this, people?
To the rock with it.
Peace, peace. What you have seen him do, heard him speak, beating your officers, cursing yourselves, opposing laws with strokes, and here to find those whose very power must try him. Even this, so criminal and in such capital kind, deserved the extremest death.
But since he hath served his country well...
What? Prate you of service?
I talk of that know it.
You.
Is this the promise you made your mother?
No, I pray you. I'll go no further. Let them pronounce the steep Tarpeian death. vagabond exile, flame, pent to linger with but a grain a day. I would not buy their mercies for the price of one fair word, nor check my courage for what they could do.
For this, he hath envied against the people, seeking means to pluck away their power in the name of the people. In the power of us, the tribunes, we, even for this instant, banish you, our city. I say it shall be so!
It shall be so!
It shall be so!
Hear me, my masters and my common friends!
He's sentenced! No more hearing!
Let me speak! I have been counseled, and did show for Rome her enemies' marks upon me. I do love my country's good with a respect more tender, more holy, and profound than my own life. My dear wife's estimate, her wounds increase and treasure on my loins. Then if I would speak that...
We know your drift. Speak what?
Tis no more be said, but that he is banished from his country and as an enemy to his people. I say, it shall be so!
It shall be so! It shall be so!
Common cry of curs, whose breaths I hate as the reek of the rotten fens, whose loves I prize as the dead carcasses of unburied men that do corrupt mine air. I banish you, and here remain in your uncertainty. Let every feeble rumor shake your heart. Your enemies, with nodding of their plumes, fan you into despair. Have still the power to banish your defenders, till at length your ignorance deliver you, as most abated captives, to some nation that won you without blows. Despising for you this city, thus I turn my back. There is a world elsewhere.
The people's enemy is gone. It's gone!
Before I rose to trial, up comes a band of footmen, and likewise Captain Farrell. I then produced my treat me fairer than me stars, sparkling jelly, ushering us through a town. Quack calls the daddy-o, quack calls the daddy-o, they must be in the crowd.
I am a rich man, and my fortune is bright. Oh, and I am most wonderful. Now indeed
start again. Me away. Nay, mother, where is your ancient courage? You were used to say extremities was the trier of spirits, that common chances common men could bear, that when the sea was calm, all boats alike showed mastership in floating. You were used to load me with precepts that would make invincible the heart of conflict. Nay, pretty woman.
Oh, the red pestilence strike all trades in Rome and occupations perish.
What? I shall be loved when I am lacked. Nay, mother, resume that spirit when you were wont to say, if you had been a wife of Hercules, 6 of his labors you'd have done and saved your husband so much sweat. Cominius, droop not, adieu. Farewell, my wife and mother. I will do well yet. Thou old and true Menenius, thy tears are saltier than a younger man's, and more venomous than thine eye. My sometime general, I have seen thee stern, and thou hast oft beheld heart-hardening spectacles. Tell these sad women how fond it is to wail inevitable strokes as 'tis to laugh at them. Mother, my hazards still have been your solace, and believe it not lightly, though I go like a dragon, who is more feared and talked of than seen. Your son will yet exceed the common, or else be caught with countless baits and practices.
Oh, my first son, whither wilt thou go? Take good Cominius with thee a while. Determine on some course more than a wild exposure to each chance that starts on the way before thee.
Of the gods.
I'll follow thee a month. Devise with thee where thou shalt rest, that thou mayst hear of us and we of thee.
Bring me but out of gate, my sweet wife, my dearest mother, and friends of noble touch. When I am forth, bid me farewell, and smile. Pray, come with us. Whiles I am yet above the ground, you shall hear from me still, and never of me aught but what is like me forward.
That's worthily as any ear can hear. Come, let us not weep. If I could shake off but 1 7 year from these old arms and legs, by the good gods, I'd with thee every foot.
Give me your hand. Come.
Bid him all home. He's gone and will no further. The nobility are vexed, whom we see have sided in his behalf.
Now that we have shown our power, we must seem humbler after it is done than it was while the doing. Here comes his mother!
This must meet her.
They have taken note of us. Keep on your way.
Oh, you're well met. The horrid plague of the gods requite your love.
Peace, be not so loud.
Oh, will that be gone?
You shall see too. I would have had the power to say so to my husband.
No, to but this fool. Hadst thou fought ship to banish him that struck more blows for Rome than thou hast spoken words.
Blessed heavens.
More noble blows than ever thou wise words, and for Rome's good. I would my son were in Arabia, thy tribe before him is with sword in his hand.
What then?
What then? He'd make an end of thy posterity.
Bastards and all. And they wounds to bear for Rome.
Come, peace.
I would he had continued to his country as he began, and not admit himself the noble knot he made.
I wish he would.
Oh, I would he had! 'Twas you! Incensed the right. Cats, they can judge as fitly of his work as I can the mysteries that heaven would not have earth to know.
Hey, let's go!
Oh, pray, sir, get you gone. You have done a brave deed. Here you go. Hear this. So far as the capital doth exceed the meanest house in Rome, so far my son, whom you have banished, succeed you all.
Well, we'll leave you.
Take my prayers with you. The gods have nothing to do but convert my curses.
You have told them home, and by my troth, you have cause. You will sup with me?
Anger's my meat. I suck upon myself. Each shall starve with feeding. Come. Leave your faint puling and lament as I do, in anger. Juno-like. Come. Come.
Aye.
I know you well, sir, and you know me. Your name, I think, is Adrian.
It is so, sir. But truly, I have forgot yours.
I'm a Roman. My services are as you are against them. Know you me yet?
Nicanor, no?
Same, sir.
You had a beard when I last saw you. Your favor is well approved by your tongue. What's the news in Rome?
There hath been in Rome strange insurrections. The people against the senators, patricians, and nobles. The nobles receive so to the banishment of their worthy Coriolanus, that they are in right aptness to take all power from the people and to pluck from them their tribunes forever. This lies glowing, I can tell you, and is almost ripe for the violent breaking out.
Coriolanus, banished?
Banished, sir.
You will be most welcome with this intelligence, Nicanor.
Tullus Aphidius will appear well in these wars. His great opposer Coriolanus being now in no request of his country.
We cannot choose.
Have you an army ready, say you?
A most royal one.
A goodly city, this Antium. Antium, 'tis I that made thy widows. Many an heir of these fair edifices from my wars have I heard groan and drop. Therefore know me not, lest that thy wives with spits and boys with stones and puny battles slay me. Say me, sir,
And you?
direct me, if it be your will, which way great Aufidius lies. Is he in Antium?
He is, and feasts with the nobles of the state at his house this night.
Which is his house, beseech you?
This here before you.
Thank you, sir. Farewell. O world, thy slip returns. Friends, now fast sworn, whose double bosom seemed of one heart unseparable, shall within this hour, upon the dissension of a Dwat, break to bitterest enmity. So, fellows foes shall grow dearest friends and interjoin their issues. So with me, my birthplace Hatai, and my loves upon this enemy town. I'll enter. If he slay me, he does fair justice. If he give me way, I'll do him service.
Wine, wine, wine. What service is here? I think our fellows is asleep.
Goodly house, he smells well, but I would not like this.
What will you have, friend? Wait till you do. Here's no place for you. Pray you, avoid from the north. Come on.
What fellow is this?
Stranger one as I ever looked on.
What have you to do, ye fellow? Pray, avoid this house.
Let me but stay. I will not hurt your heart.
This is no place for you. Pray, go, avoid.
away!
Where dwellst thou?
In the city of kites and crows.
I said crows!
Where is this fellow?
Here, sir. I would have beaten him like a dog.
Whence comest thou? What's thou? Thy name? Why speakst not? Speak, man. What's thy name?
If Tullus, not yet thou knowest me, and seeing me for the man I am, dost not think so, then necessity commands me name myself.
What is thy name?
It is a name unmusical to Volscian ears, and harsh in sound to thine.
Say, what's thy name?
My name is Caius Marcius, who hath done to thee particularly, and to all Volsci's great hurt and mischief. There to witness my surname, Coriolanus. The painful service, extreme dangers, and drops of blood shed for my thankless country are requited but with that surname. A good memory, and witness to the malice and displeasure which thou shouldst bear me. For if I had feared death, of all men in the world I would have avoided thee. But in mere spite, to be quit of those my banishers, stand I before thee here. Then, if thou hast a heart of wrath in thee, that will revenge thy wrongs, and stop the maims of shame seen throughout thy country, then speed thee straight and make my misery serve thy turn. So use it that my revengeful services may be of benefit to thee. For I will fight against my cankered country with all the spleen of the underfiends. But if thou darest not do this, and to prove more valor thou art tired, then at a word, I also am longer to live, most weary. And here present my throat to thee and to thy ancient malice, which, not to cut, would show thee but a fool, since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tons of blood out of thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame, unless it be to do thee service.
Marcius! Each word thou hast spoke hath weeded from my heart a root of ancient envy. If Jupiter should from yon cloud speak divine things and say 'tis true, I'd not believe them more than thee. Oh, noble Marcius! Let me twine mine arms about that body, where against my grated ash 100 times hath broke and scarred the moon with splinters. Here I clip the anvil of my sword, and do contest as hotly and as nobly with thy love, as ever in ambitious strength I did contend against thy valor. Know thou first I love the maid I married, never man sight truer bred. That I see thee here, thou noble thing, more dances my rapt heart than when I first my wedded mistress saw bestride my threshold. Why, thou Mars, I tell thee, we have a power on foot. And I have purpose once more to hew thy target from thy brawn, or lose mine arm for it. Thou hast beat me out well several times, and I have nightly since dreamt of encounters twixt thyself and me. We have been down together in my sleep, unbuckling helms, fisting each other's throat, and waked half dead with nothing. Worthy Marcius, had we no other quarrel else to roam, but that thou art thence banished, we would muster all from 12 to 70, and pouring war into the bowels of ungrateful Rome like a bold flood o'erbear it.
Yeah!
Come, go in, and take our friendly senators by the hand.
You bless me, gods.
Therefore, most absolute sir, if thou wilt have the leading of thine own revenges, take thou on half of my commission and set down as best thou art experienced, since thou knowest thy country's strength and weakness. But come in, let me commend thee first to those that shall say yea to thy desire. 1,000 welcomes, and more friend than e'er an enemy. Yet, Marcius, that was much. Your hand, most welcome!
He's a strange alteration.
What arm he has!
He's simply the rarest man in the world.
I think he is. But a greater soldier than he, you want one.
Who? Ophidius?
It's no matter for that.
Plus 6 on him.
Nay, not so neither, but I take him to be the greater soldier.
Faith, look you, one cannot tell how to say that. For the defense of a town, our general is excellent.
I'm from Salt, too.
Why, here's he that was wont to whack our general, Caius Marcius.
Why say thwack our general?
I do not say whack our general. He was always good enough for him.
Come! We are fellows and friends here. He was ever too hard for him. I have often heard him say so himself.
Our general himself makes a mistress of him. Our general is cut in the middle in but 1/2 of what he was yesterday, for the other has half by the entreaty and grant of the whole table. He'll go. He'll mow all down before him and leave his passage whole.
But when goes this forward?
Tomorrow, today, presently.
Why then we have a stirring world again. This peace is for nothing but to rust iron, increase tailors, breed ballad makers.
When we have war, say I, it exceeds peace as far as day does night.
We hear not of him, and therefore have no need to be weary. We stood to it in good time. Is this Menenius?
Tis he, he has grown kind as of late. Nelson,
Hail to you both.
your Coriolanus is not much missed, but with his friends, the Commonwealth, doth stand as so would do.
All's well. I'd have been much better if he contemporized.
Where is he? Hear you?
Nay, I hear nothing. His mother and his wife hear nothing from him.
Caius Marcius was a worthy officer in the war. Insolent though, overcome with ambition, past all thinking, self-loving.
And affecting one sole throne without assistance.
I think not so.
As would do, to all our lamentation, had God gone forth, council found it so.
Well, the gods have well prevented it, and Rome sits safe and still without him.
Worthy tribunes, reports the Volsces, with 2 several powers, are entered in the Roman territories, and with the deepest malice of the war, destroy what lies before them.
Ophidius, who, hearing of our Marcius' banishment, thrust forth his horns again into the world.
Speak not you of Ophidius. It cannot be that the Volsces dare break with us.
Cannot be. We have reckoned it very well it can. And 3 examples of the like have been within my aim.
Well, tell me not of it. I know it is not possible.
More fearful is delivered.
What's more fearful?
How probable I do not know, that Marcius, joined with Aufidius, leads a power against Rome, and vows revenge as spacious as between the youngest and oldest thing.
That is unlikely. He and Ophidius can no more atone their violentest contrariety.
You are sent for to the Senate. A fearful army, led by Caius Marcius, associated with Aufidius, rages upon our territory, and have already overborne their way, consumed with fire, and took what lie before them.
Oh, you have made good work!
What news?
What news? You have helped to ravish your own daughter, and to melt the city's legs upon your pace, to see your wives dishonored to your noses.
What's the news? What's the news?
Your temples burned in yesterday, and your franchises whereon you stood, confined into an august bore.
Pray now, your news? If Marcius be joined with foes.
He is their god! He leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature. He'll shake your robe about your ears.
But is this true, sir?
Aye, and you'll look pale before you find it other. All the regions do smilingly revolt. Who is there to blame him?
enemies and his find something in him.
We are all undone. Does the noble man have mercy?
Who shall ask it? The tribunes cannot do it for shame. The people deserve such pity of him as the wolf does of the shepherds. For his best friends, if they should say, be good to Rome, they charged him even as those should do that had deserved his hate, and therein showed like enemies.
'Tis true. For if he were put into my house, the brand which would consume it, I have not the faith to say, beseech you, cease. You have made fair hands, you and your crafts. You have crafted fair.
You have brought a trembling upon Rome such was never so incapable of help.
Well, say not we brought it.
Doesn't matter. For if he could burn us all into one coal, we have deserved it. Shouts to the capital.
Oh, aye, what else?
I do not like this news.
Nor do I.
Let's to the capital. Would half my fortune buy this for a lie?
Pray, let's go.
Do they still fly to the Roman?
I do not know what witchcraft is in him, but your soldiers use him as their grace for meat, their talk at table, and their thanks at end. And you are darkened in this action even by your own.
Cannot help it now. Unless by using means I lame the foot of our design.
Yet I wish, sir, I mean for your particular, you had not joined in commission with him, but either bore the action of it yourself or left it to him solely.
I understand thee well. Be thou sure, when he shall come to his account, he knows not what I can urge against him. Although it seems he shows good husbandry for the Volscian state, fights dragon-like, and does achieve as soon as draw his sword, yet he hath left undone that which shall break his neck, or hazard mine, when ere we come to our account.
Sir, I beseech you, think you he'll carry Rome?
All places yields to him ere he sits down, and the nobility of Rome are his. The senators and patricians love him too. The tribunes are no soldiers, and their people will be as rash in the repeal as hasty to expel him thence. So our virtues lie in the interpretation of the time. One fire drives out one fire, one nail. Rights by rights falter, strengths by strengths do fade. Come, let's away. When, Caius, Rome is thine, thou art poorest of all, and shortly art thou mine.
No, I'll not go. You heard what he said, which was sometimes general, whom he loved in a most dear particular. He called me father. What of that? Go, you that banish him. A mile from his tent, fall down and knee the way into his mercy. Nay, if he coy to hear Cominius speak, I'll keep it home.
You would not seem to know me.
Do you mean?
Yet, one time he called me by my name. I urged our old acquaintance, and the drops we bled together. Coriolanus, he would not answer to, forbade all names. He was a kind of nothing, titleless, until he forged himself a name of the fire of burning Rome.
Why so? You have made good work. A pair of tribunes that have racked Rome to make coals cheap. A noble memory. We must be back for you.
Pray, go to him.
What should I do?
Only make trial what your love can do for Rome towards Marcius.
Well, and say Marcius returned me as Cominius is returned. Unheard. What then?
You know the very road into his kindness, and cannot lose your way.
I'll undertake it. I'll prove him speed how it will, until ere long have knowledge of my success.
You'll never hear him.
Not.
So all hope is vain. Unless his noble mother and his wife, who, as I hear, need to solicit him for mercy to his country. Then, let's hence, and with our fair entreaties haste on.
return to the town. Your heart will be so
Down with him! Down with him!
Stay! Whence are you?
Stand and go back.
You guard like men. As well. By your leave, I am an officer of state and have come to speak with Coriolanus.
From whence?
From Rome.
You shall not pass. You must return. Our general will no more hear from this. You are Roman, are you?
I am, as thy general is.
Then you should hate Rome as he does. Can you, when you have pushed from your gates the very defender of them, and in a violent popular ignorance? No, you are deceived. Therefore back to Rome, and prepare for your execution. You are condemned. Our general has sworn you out of reprieve and pardon.
Nay, but fellow, I...
What is the matter?
How you shall perceive that a Jack Garland cannot offer me from my son, Coriolanus. Behold now presently, and behold what is to come upon thee. The glorious God sit in power and set out on thy particular prosperity, and love thee no worse than thy old father Menenius does.
Oh, my son, thou art preparing fire for us. Look thee, here's water to quench it. I was hardly moved to come to thee, but being assured none but myself could move thee, I am blown out of your gates with sighs, and conjure thee to pardon Rome and thy petitionary countrymen. Away. How? Away? Wife, mother, child, I know none. My affairs are servanted to others. Though I owe my revenge properly, my remission lies in Volscian breast. Therefore be gone. Mine ears against your suits are stronger than your gates against my force. Yet, for I love thee, take this along. I read it for thy sake, and would have delivered it. Another word, Menenius, I will not hear thee speak. This man Aufidius was my beloved in Rome, yet thou beholdest.
Constance,
You know the way home again.
You hear how we were shent for keeping your greatness back?
I care neither for this world nor your general. As for such as you, I scarce think there's any of so slight. He that hath the will to die by himself fears it not in another. Let your general do his worst. For you, be that you are long, and that your misery increases with your age. I say to you as I was sent to. Away.
Noble fellow, I warned him.
The noble fellow is our general. He is the rock, the oak, not to be windshaken.
This last old man, whom with a cracked heart I have sent to Rome, loved me beyond the measure of a father. Nay, guarded me indeed. Their latest refuge was to send him, for whose old love I have, though I showed sourly to him. Fresh embassies and suits, for from the state nor private friends hereafter will I lend ear to. What is this noise? Shall I be tempted to infringe my vow the same time it is made? I will not. My wife comes foremost, and then the honored moment wherein this trunk is formed, and in her hand the grandchild to her blood. Without affection, all bond of nature and privilege break. Let it still be virtuous to be obstinate. What is that curtsy worth? Or those dove's eyes, which could make gods forsworn? I melt, and am not of stronger earth than other men. My mother bows, as if Olympus to a molehill should nod in supplication. And my boy hath that aspect of intercession which cries, deny not. Let the Volskis plow Rome and harrow Italy. I'll never be such a gosling as to obey instinct but stand, as if man were author of himself and knew no other kin.
My lord and husband,
These eyes are not the same I bore in Rome.
the sorrow that delivers us thus changed makes you think so.
Like a dull actor now, I have forgot my part, and am out, even to a full disgrace. Best of my flesh, forgive my tyranny. But do not say that. Forgive our Romans. A kiss. Long is my exile, sweet is my revenge. Now, by the jealous Queen of Heaven, that kiss I carried from thee, my true lip hath virgined it ever since. But, O gods, I prate, and the most noble mother of the world leave unsaluted. Sink my knee into the earth. Of thy deep beauty more impression show than that of common sight.
Oh, stand up blessed, whilst with no softer cushion than the flint, I kneel before thee, and unproperly show duty, as was taken all this while between the child and parent.
What's that? Your knee to me, to your corrected son.
Thou art my warrior. I hope to frame thee. This is a poor epitome of yours, which by the interpretation of full time may show like herself.
The god of soldiers, with Jove's consent, inform thy thoughts with nobleness, that thou mayst prove to shame unvulnerable.
Earnestly.
That's my brave boy.
Even he, your wife, and myself are suitors to you.
I beseech you, peace. Or if you'd ask, remember this before, the thing I have forsworn to grant may never be held by your denials. Do not bid me dismiss my soldiers, nor capitulate again with Rome's mechanics. Tell me not wherein I seem unnatural. Desire me not to allay my rages and revenges with your colder reasons.
Oh, no more, no more. You have said you will not grant us anything. For what have we to ask that you deny already? We will ask that if you fail in our request, the blame may hang upon your hardness. For hear us.
Aufidius and Uvolsky's mark, for we'll hear not from Rome in private. Your request.
Should we be silent and not speak, our raiment and state of body would bewray what life we have led since thine exile. Think with thyself, how more unfortunate than all living women are we come hither. 'Tis that thy sight should make our eyes flow with joy, hearts dance with comfort, constrains them, weep and shake with fear and sorrow, making the mother, wife, child, to see the son, husband, and father tearing his country's bowels out. Either thou must, as a foreign recreant, be led manacled through our streets, or else triumphantly tread on his country's ruin, and bear the palm, having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood. If I cannot persuade thee, thou shalt no sooner march to assault thy country than to tread on thy mother's womb that brought thee to this world.
I and mine that brought you forth this boy to keep your name living to time.
You shall not tread on me, or run away to my vigor, but then I'll fight.
Not of a woman's tenderness to be, requires no child nor woman's face to see. I have sat too long.
Nay, go not molest us. If it were so, that our request did tend to save the Romans and thereby destroy the Volskis whom you serve, you might condemn us as poisons to your honor. No, our suit is then reconciled. Well, the Volskis may say, this mercy we have shown the Romans, this we received, and each in either side give the all hail to thee and cry, be blessed for making up this peace. Who knows, great son? The end of war is uncertain, but this certain. If thou conquer Rome, the benefit which thou shalt thereby reap is a name whose repetition shall be dogged with curses. Whose chronicle thus writ, a man was noble, but with his last attempt he wiped it out, destroyed his country, and his name remains to the ensuing age abhorred. Why dost thou speak? Thinkest thou it be honorable for a noble man still to remember wrongs? Daughter, speak you. He cares not for your weeping. Speak softly. Perhaps thy childishness may move him more than can our reasons. There's no man in the world more bound to his mother, and he lets me prate like one of the stocks. Thou hast never in thy life shown thy dear mother in courtesy, when she, poor hen fond of no second brood, hath clucked thee to the wars and safely home, loaded with honor. Say my requests unjust, and spurn me back. But if it be not so, thou art not honest. Down, ladies, let us shame you with our knees, to discerning Coriolanus, once more pride and pity to our prayers, down and end. And this is the last. So we will home to Rome and die among our neighbors. Come, let's go. This fellow had a Volscian to his mother. His wife is in Coriolis, his child like him by chance. Give us our dispatch. I am hushed till our city be afire, and then I'll speak a little.
Oh, mother, mother, what have you done? Behold, the heavens do open, the gods look down at this unnatural scene they laugh at. My mother, oh, mother, you have won a happy victory to Rome. Before your son, believe it. Oh, believe it. Most dangerously with him have you prevailed. Even most mortal to him. But let it come. Aufidius, though I cannot make true wars, I'll frame convenient peace. Now, good Aufidius, were you in my stead, could you have heard a mother less, nor granted less, Aufidius?
I was moved withal.
I dare be sworn you were. It is no small thing to make mine eyes sweat compassion. But good sir, what peace you'll make, advise me. For my part, I'll not to Rome, but back with you. Therefore, I pray you, stand to me in this cause. Oh, my wife, mother.
I'm glad thou hast set thy mercy and thy honor at difference in thee. Out of that I'll work myself a form of fortune.
Aye, by and by. But we'll drink together. And you shall bear a better witness back than words, which we on like conditions will have countersealed. Pray, go in with us. Ladies, you deserve a temple built you. Not all the swords in Italy, nor her Confederate arms could have made this peace.
There is some hope. The ladies of Rome, especially the mother, prevail with him. I say there's no hope in it. Our throats are sentenced and stay upon execution.
Well, he loved his mother dearly.
So did he me. Mark what mercy his mother shall bring from him. There is no more mercy in him than there is milk in a male tiger. That shall our poor city find. And all this is long overdue.
Oh, God forbid to us.
No, the gods will not be good to us. When we banished him, we respected not them. And he, returning to break our necks, they respect not us. Sir, if you save your life, fly to your house. The plebeians have your fellow tribune, and hail him up and down, all swearing that if the Roman ladies bring not comfort home, they'll give him death by inches.
What's the news? Good news! Good news! The ladies have prevailed. The Volscians are dislodged and Marcius gone. Happier day did never yet greet Rome. No, not the expulsion of the Tarquins.
Friend, art thou certain 'tis as true?
As certain as I know the sun is fire. Where have you dwelt that you make doubt of it?
Oh, that is good news. I will go and meet the ladies.
I know it, and my pretext for striking him admits a good construction. Pleased him, pawned my honor for his truth, who, being so heightened, he watered his new plans with dews of flattery, seducing so my friends. He came into my hearth, presented to my knight his throat. I took him, made him joint servant with me. Nay, let him choose out of my files his projects to accomplish. My best and freshest men served his designments in mine own person. Hoped be the fame which he did end all his. It took some pride to do myself this wrong. Till in the end, I seemed his follower, not partner. And he waged me with his countenance as if I'd been mercenary. At a few drops of women's rheum, which are as cheap as lies, he sold the blood and labor of our great action. Therefore shall he die, and I'll renew me in his fall.
Mark. Your native town, you entered like a post and received no welcome home, yet he returned, splitting the air with noise.
Impatient fools whose children he hath slain, their base so terrible getting glory.
Therefore, at your vantage, ere he express himself or move the people with what he would say, let him feel your sword, which we will second.
Say no more. He approaches.
Hail, lords! I am returning your soldier. No more infected with my country's love than when I parted thence, but still subsisting under your great command. You are to know that prosperously I have attempted, and with bloody passage led your wars even to the gates of Rome. Our spoils we have brought home doth more than counterpoise a full third part the charge of the action. And we have here, subscribed by the consuls and patricians, along with the seal of the Senate, what we have compounded on.
Read it not, noble lords, but tell the traitor in the highest degree he hath abused your power.
How? Traitor!
Ah, traitor Marcius!
Marcius?
Ah, Marcius? Caius Marcius? Dost thou think I'll grace thee with that robbery, thy stolen name, Coriolanus and Coriolis? You lords and heads of the state, perfidiously he hath betrayed your justice. Right? For a few drops of salt, your city Rome, I say your city to his wife and mother, never admitting counsel of the war, but at his nurse's tears, he whined and roared vain victory. Pages blushed at him, and men of honor looked wondering each at other.
Hearest thou Mars?
Name not the god, thou boy of tears.
Boy!
No more!
Measureless liar, thou hast made my heart too great for what contains it. Your judgments, my brave lords, must give this cur the lie, and his notions who bears my stripes upon him, who must bear my beatings to his grave, shall join to thrust the lie unto him. pieces, Volskis. Men, lads, stain all your edges hungry. If you ever journey through, 'tis there that like an eagle in a dove coat, I fluttered you, Volskis and Coriolis. Alone I did it. Boy!
My noble lord! Will you be put in mind of his blind fortune? For shame by this unholy braggart! You will not believe this! My noble masters, hear me speak.
Oh, Thomas.
Thou hast done a deed where valor will weep. Tread not upon him, lay down your arms.
My masters, when you shall know is in this rage provoked by him you cannot. The great danger this man's life did owe you, you will rejoice that he is thus cut off. I'll deliver myself your loyal servant, or endure your hurt heaviest censure.
Bear from hence his body and mourn you for him. Let him be regarded as the most noble course that ever herald did follow to his urn.
His own impatience takes a great part of blame away from Aufidius. Let's make the most of it.
My rage is gone, and I'm struck with sorrow. Take him up. Help. 3 of the chiefest soldiers. I'll be one. Beat thou the drum that it speak mournfully. Trail your steel pikes. Though in the city he hath widowed and unchilded many a one, which to this hour bewail the injury, yet he shall have a noble memory.
Yup! Behold our patroness, the life of Rome. Call all your tribes together. Praise the gods and make triumphant fires. Strew flowers before them. Unshout the noise that banished Marcius. Repeal him with the welcome of his mother.